Here are 10 helpful tips in order to help yourself wake up early every morning. I've been waking up early at 4:30 a.m. for the past 60 days. Hi, my name is Cody, a 32-year-old flannel-wearing, self-employed husband. I have been daring myself to become and be the best dad that I can be. Part of this dare is taking on self-improvement challenges, like waking up early every morning. I want my future kids to grow up with the best dad possible, and in order to do that, I have a lot of progress to make. Welcome to Dad Dare. Hey, if you're new here and you're on YouTube, push that subscribe button in all the way and click the bell so you get notified when I post new videos. If you're on Facebook, make sure you like our page, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and wherever else you can find us. More information is always available on daddare.com. Today's Dad Dare is all about establishing the habit of waking up at 4:30 in the morning to start my day. Now, I'm sure that my sleep schedule is gonna be disrupted once a baby does come into our household. But I wanted to start the discipline now of waking up early so that I can establish a habit. If I don't do it now, it's probably gonna be harder to do in the future. In order to set the habit of waking up at 4:30 every morning, I needed to set myself up for success. I have a handful of friends that I know have established a solid routine of waking up every morning, and so I decided to call some of my friends to ask them for some help. I just wanted to talk to you about how you've been, getting up every morning, doing all these things. What are some tips that you've been doing that would help me to kind of make this a habit? They decided to do two things for me. One was to keep me accountable as I took this dare, and two was to give me some tips that they've used in order to find success in waking up early every day. I'm gonna share those tips with you right now. Here are 10 helpful tips in order to help yourself wake up early every morning. I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning. You might be trying to wake up at 5 in the morning. Either way, these tips are gonna be helpful for establishing the habit of waking up early. Number one is something that I've been doing and found really helpful. I actually went to a seminar a couple years ago that talked about screens and how that affects the mind related to not only function throughout the day, but also during sleep. We've set a rule in our house that we have no screens in the bedroom. So that means when we go to our bed, it's time to go to sleep. Our mind knows that the bed means it's a place to sleep and to rest. 30 minutes before going to sleep, I stop looking at any screen that is going to be close to my face. We might watch a movie at a distance on the couch that's on the TV screen, but I'm not going to be holding my phone or having my computer on my lap 30 minutes before I go to bed. I found that having that bright white light in my eyes actually deters my body from going into rest and eventually into sleep. And so the more time I can give my body adjustment to transitioning into sleep mode, the better. And the screens only hinder and slow that process. Number two ties directly into number one, is that I set my phone out in the living room. There's a little ledge in the living room. I set my phone on there, it can charge, and I have my alarm set for the morning. This is twofold. It functions for number one, it's not being in my bedroom, so I can't look at my phone when I'm trying to go to sleep. And number two, when my alarm goes off, I have to get up out of bed and leave my bedroom, go out into the living room to shut the alarm off in the morning. And trust me, my wife doesn't like if the alarm goes off for a long time, so I gotta get up quickly and go shut the alarm off. Number three is establish a morning routine. So that way you know what to do with your extra time that you now have. This is the morning routine that I've been doing, and it's been helping me not only wake up and start the day, but it's made me really productive throughout the morning. What I initially do when I wake up is I grab my water bottle, which is right next to my bed, and I'll drink water as I walk to go turn off my alarm. When I get to my alarm, I will take a photo of my watch and I will post that picture to Instagram, and that is a way that is keeping myself accountable. I'll talk about that in a second. After this, I will do 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups. And this is a way to just kind of start the body physically waking up. After I've finished with this, I'll go to the bathroom, I will brush my teeth, and then I'll wash my face with cold water, the coldest that I can get it, twice. It seems to just give me a little bit more boost of, okay, we got this. After I dry off my face, then I'll go sit down at the table and I'll do my morning devotion. I'll pull out my journal and I have this whole process that I can go through every morning with my journal. I might do a future video on that of what journaling every day looks like. But I'll spend time journaling, I'll spend time reading scripture, I'll spend time meditating, praying, being quiet. I also have another friend that I text when I'm done with this, and he's keeping me accountable for doing that morning devotion time. After I finish my morning devotion, I take the dogs out, I make sure they've been fed, and then I go and do a workout. While I'm working out, I'll listen to a podcast, and after I'm done working out, I usually have a protein shake in the morning, and then I will shower. I will spend about a half an hour reading a book, and then at that point, I will start my work day. There are plenty of tips in there in the morning routine if you want to add them into your morning routine. It just helps you really start the day being productive, and it gives you step by step what to do, because a lot of times when you're really tired, you're just like and if you have a task list, I've noticed that it's easy to just follow the things and just kind of go through the motions of getting things done. Number 4 is make sure you go to bed at the same time every day. This is really important because if you're not getting enough sleep or enough adequate sleep, it's going to be really hard for you to wake up early in the morning every day. So if you can use like the bedtime app on the phone or something that reminds you when it's time to go to bed, even setting an alarm at the time that you want to go to bed or start preparing to go to bed, that will be super helpful. And being disciplined in going to bed at the same time is actually probably one of the most important things to being disciplined to waking up at the same time. Number 5 is stay consistent even on rest days. Typically on Sundays we'll have a day of rest, and I will still set my alarm for 4:30 and I'll wake up and I'll shut off my alarm, and sometimes I'll go back to bed, I might go back to sleep, but Sunday is just kind of a rest day. But I want that pattern of waking up at 4:30 to be in my system every day so that my body will naturally start to wake up at 4:30 every day. Number 6 is accountability, which I mentioned before. It's super important to have other people keeping you accountable. Not only does it help you, but it can also help them. Doing a challenge as a group effort seems to motivate you more. So what I've been doing is, I mentioned before, I take a picture of my watch and I post it as an Instagram story every morning. And there's no way to lie about taking a picture of your watch. It shows exactly what day it is and what time it is. You'd have to really do some mad Photoshop skills to fake that. And so that's a challenge I would give you. If you are gonna take this dare, then wake up in the morning, take a photo of your watch or of your clock and post it to Instagram and tag Dad Dare, and also tag your friends who are doing the challenge with you, and that will help keep you accountable. I would love to see those notifications of you guys getting after it and doing this dare of getting up early every morning. Number 7 is having a deep motivation for why you're doing this challenge. For me, I already told you, it's to become and be the best dad that I can be. There are a lot of different aspects to that long dream that I have, but it ties directly into this challenge, into this self-improvement. I have motivation, and so when I get up in the morning and it's a really difficult day, I can lean on that deeper motivation and it will drive me to keep going and to be consistent. So find something inside of you. What's the reason why you want to get up early in the morning? Is it business related? Is it family related? Is it personal development related? Whatever it is for you, find the deepest peace and lean on that when it's a challenging morning, because there are mornings, even when you do get enough sleep, where you're just like, oh, I want to go back to bed. This ties directly into number 8, which is positive self-talk. So a lot of times when you wake up in the morning and you have that moment in your mind of like,
what if we just went back to bed? Or what if we just closed our eyes just for a little bit? Or what if after we finish these sit-ups, we just lay here on the floor for a little bit?
No, you gotta talk to yourself, and you gotta talk to yourself in a positive way. You gotta combat those thoughts that are trying to stop you from doing this challenge. One thing I've said to myself, and yes, I do talk to myself, is we can talk about it later. You don't get to make decisions or change plans when you're tired. So when I am tired and I have those thoughts in my head, I say to myself, we can talk about it later. And then later in the day when I'm wide awake, I can revisit it, and typically I'm of sound mind and I say, no, I want to keep this challenge going. So in the moment when you're tired and you're trying to talk yourself out of it, just say, we can talk about this later. Another question that I ask myself during those hard moments is, who are you going to be today? Are you going to be the dedicated, self-improved, self-disciplined person that you want to be? Or are you going to be the person that continues to fail and continues to slip backwards when all you're really longing for is to move forward? Ask yourself that question. Who are you going to be today? Number 9 is make your bed. It's really simple, but it's actually an act that you can put into your morning routine. I didn't mention that before, but that is what I do right when I get out of bed, is I will make my side of the bed. And as I make my side of the bed, I say to myself, get after it. And it just gives me that push, that motivation of, here we go, let's conquer this day, and let's get after it. Number 10 is set a desired goal. So for me, it was initially 30 days in a row. And then after I finished that goal, then I did 60 days. And now that I've accomplished 60 days, I'm actually gonna do 6 months. Because this challenge has changed my life in such a positive way that I want to keep it going. Over the past 60 days of waking up at 4:30 early in the morning, I actually haven't felt tired throughout the day. Where previously, when I just kind of woke up whenever or woke up later in the day, I would get kind of groggy and tired right around the middle of the day. And that doesn't happen anymore. I've definitely been more productive, and I'm really proud of myself that I've been doing this, and I want to keep it going, even though it still continues to be hard. Yes, it's gotten a little easier, but there are days like this morning where I really just didn't want to go, and I just had that habit of continuing to go. Another trick is when you're in that hard moment trying to convince yourself, you can say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just take the action. And that seems to help as well. If you want to take this challenge of waking up early in the morning, I challenge you to go for the next 30 days. Yep, starting right now, today. You don't get to wait till the end of this month. Starting right now, the next 30 days, wake up every morning early. Set your alarm right now, and as soon as you wake up, take a photo of your watch or of the clock on your phone or a clock on the wall and post it and tag Dad Dare. Not only is this going to publicly show people that you're going through this challenge, which is going to keep you accountable, it is also going to send me a notification, and I'll be able to see who out there is taking this challenge seriously and actually making self-improvements in their life. I'm super excited for you. My name is Cody, and welcome to Dad Dare. Hats off to you.